What's up, guys? It's Freeborn here, and I want to talk to you guys about building your diet and exercise programs in ways that will make you feel more intrinsically motivated to do them. And that's important because you don't want to base your behaviors on extrinsic motivating factors, especially for long-term success. You need to find ways to feel motivated by yourself to do something. I'm a big believer in theory in psychology called self-determination theory. In this theory, we know that there are three basic psychological needs that human beings need fulfilled to feel motivated. And we can be smart about the way we engineer our diets and our workouts to include these three needs, to fulfill these three needs, so that when you approach your exercise program, when you approach your diet program, you feel more self-motivated to take action. The three needs are competency, relatedness, and autonomy. Autonomy really just means the ability to feel like you're in control of your actions. So a really easy way to address this need is to make sure that in your diet and in your exercise program, you allow yourself choices. So if you're gonna work out today, you need to allow yourself the choice to decide if you wanna do some cardio or if you wanna do some weightlifting. You need to allow yourself the choice if you want to use a kettlebell or a barbell, or if you want to train outside or at your commercial gym. Give yourself that freedom and latitude to make decisions and choices about how you actually execute your exercise. It's very important. Same thing can go for diet, right? Give yourself the options to say yes to the salad at lunch and no to the pastry after dinner, or give yourself the options to do the reverse. And that's why I'm also a big fan of why flexible dieting and knowing macro breakdowns fits in really well, because if you diet based on calories, proteins, fats, and carbs, it really opens up your ability to have a lot of control and a lot of choice over what you eat. But that's a sidebar. But give yourself choice. One of the other needs is relatedness. So this really just means that you're part of a group, or you have friends or a friend who you can share this journey with or share your experience with. And you can find these in very formal settings, like something like Weight Watchers or maybe a running club in your neighborhood. But you can find them in very informal places too, like a Facebook group. But it's just important that you have somebody who's going to share the path with you, who can tell you your story of success, who can push you when you feel the least motivated to do things, and can encourage you more than push you, encourage you and support you throughout the process. The last one is probably the most difficult, because the last need is a feeling of competency. You need to feel like you can actually do something and succeed at something. But that's hard to do because a lot of the times these new behaviors around exercise and diet are new. You don't have a lot to base your competency on because you don't have a lot of prior success. So a couple tips that can help with that is make sure that you're always trying to shrink the behavior, shrink your activity, and make it as simple and as easy as possible. A good way to evaluate this is just ask yourself a very simple question. How confident do you feel about being able to do something on a scale of 1 to 10? If your answer falls below a 9 on that scale, you need to shrink it. You need to make it easier, simpler. If you don't feel like you can exercise 5 out of 7 of the next days on a scale of 1 to 10, okay, then is it 2 out of the next 7 days? And keep making that goal simpler and smaller and more achievable until you feel very, very competent and confident about your ability to do it. Because then you can execute on it, you can achieve it, and that again reinforces your competency. Hey, I can do this. I do feel competent and confident in myself to do these behaviors and achieve my goals. The other thing you can do is find somebody who's going to continually reinforce, and this kind of ties back to that relatedness point, that's going to continually reinforce you that you can do this, you can succeed. They know you can, they believe you can. Because just hearing that story of success, hearing that hearing that positive reinforcement is going to just automatically boost the self-efficacy and self-confidence you have to take action. So just to summarize, in order for human beings to feel motivated to do something from themselves, right? They have an inner motivation to take action. You really need to fulfill 3 psychological needs, and that is a need for competency, a need for relatedness, a need for autonomy. You can fulfill those in a lot of different ways, but if you approach your diet and exercise program with that in mind, how can I integrate those things? How can I make sure those are being met in my diet and my exercise program? You're going to be a lot more successful. This one's a little bit more of a heady topic, so if you guys have questions or comments or disagree or agree, please comment below or just send me an email directly at steven@freeborntrainingsystems.com. I'd love to talk to you guys about this. This has kind of been the world changing for me as a coach in the last 6 years, and I've really begun to own this this framework of how you think about motivation. And I have a really firm grasp of it. So if you have questions, you want more clarity, please reach out, comment below. I want to know. Until next time, though, I'll talk to you guys later.